Cody said he hated Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about our hatred for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of squares.
I agree. There's square team.
How many points are in a square, Cody?
Oh.
4.
Exactly.
Fuck. God damn it.
What just happened?
My bowl rolled over and all the weed is now on my desk.
God damn it. A moment of silence for Jake's weed.
Did you watch I Think You Should Leave season 2?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I liked it. I like season 1 better, but...
Yeah, hands down, season 1's better, but season 2 has a lot of great moments.
Yeah, a lot of great moments. There were also a lot of sketches where I was like, that's kind of like too much. Like, it was just like too weird.
I feel like you're thinking of the one where he's in the suit, the skin suit, basically, like where he's like in the mall.
That one was stupid. That one started off funny, but I thought it ended kind of lame.
Yeah, that was just a weird one.
It could have been really funny, but it wasn't that strong. And then what was the other one I didn't like? Oh, the follow-up to like last season's like Baby of the Year. But they do like...
Oh, yeah, that one wasn't good either.
Yeah, I was like, this is just kind of suspect.
The buff...
Yeah, the buff boys. Yeah. I thought that was like too much.
Yeah. Like, I got why it was like funny because like, you know, they got guys on stage just like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to pick anybody.
I did like the haunted house one though a lot.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Any of these fuckers ever just jump out at you with their dicks and like and the dude's like no. I love in the beginning it's like, hey, this is the adult tour guide. So you can say anything you want. And he just goes jizz.
Yeah.
He's like, what? He's like, you said we could say anything. That's my favorite like thing about him is when he like tries to explain himself.
Yeah.
He's like, well, like say like same thing like with the mud pie. He's like, maybe you shouldn't be taking giant mud pies. I like that shit. But yeah, so sometimes this shit is just like a little too over the top.
Yeah. Like I thought the first one was over the top. The first season was over the top, but like it hit harder.
Yeah, it did hit harder.
It made me laugh more. I don't know. You can't control when you laugh, so that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But again, it did have some great ones. I need to rewatch it. The first season I rewatched a bunch of times. So
I did really like the one where they're at like the cabin at the friend's house and that couple's arguing. He's like, I'll fix it. And he starts playing the Blues Brothers music and the dog's going crazy and everything.
So yeah, that one was especially weird to me too.
I like that one actually. I thought that was hilarious.
I think my favorite one somehow, I don't know why, it just made me laugh and like it was just a funny thing. Like it had enough awkwardness that a lot of the first season sketches had where it's like the students and the professor go out to a restaurant to eat dinner.
That one was good.
I like that one a lot.
That one was awkward.
Because it felt so real, but it was still hilarious.
Yeah. There's a few actors in there. One of them is A.D. Bryant's husband. We talked about
Connor
that.
O'Malley.
Yeah, Connor O'Malley, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know they were even married. That's crazy.
Well, also, like, I've been watching her show Shrill on Netflix.
What is that? What is that about?
It's about her just, like, working and living life. It's pretty funny. There's, like, some, like, really funny moments in it.
She made it, like, written and created?
I think so. I know she stars in it. I don't know if she wrote... I think she did write and create it because her husband's in it, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got to check that out. It's called Shrill?
Shrill, yeah.
Shrill.
Yeah. But there's some funny moments. It's kind of like a little hipstery, so I'm just like, this is cool.
You're a hipster at heart, Jake.
No, I'm not. You guys.
You live in LA.
Dude, trust me. Dude, LA is like low-key not as like liberal as people think. It's not, man. Like Southern California is really not. Like we're a blue state, but like trust me, I've heard people like in Santa Monica just be like, the vax is a hoax and all this shit. Yeah.
The vax is a hoax.
Dude, like, we're near Anaheim. Dude, like, we're near where, like, the neo-Nazis in the 90s started, and it was in California. Like, American History X takes place, like, the big, like...
In LA, or specifically where you are in LA?
Just in general in LA.
Gotcha.
Like, LA is where that whole, like, 90s neo-Nazi movement started.
Is it still, like, something that's happens over there? Like, has that kind of group resurged?
Not resurged, but they look different. Like, honestly, like, a lot of surfers were probably, at one point, white supremacists and stuff.
Surf Nazis? They're the worst.
Oh, yeah, dude. There's, like, a whole, like subcultures within subcultures, you know? Surf Nazis.
On one hand, they're terrible humans because they're Nazis, but then on the other hand, they surf.
They're
so that's pretty
gnarly.
cool. Yeah, like I can't surf.
Gnarly neo-Nazis.
I can't surf, and I can't hate Jews as much as they do. So I'll never be them.
Oh shit! Tommy the Green Ranger is doing autographs in Las Vegas.
What? You mean Jason David Frank?
Jason David Frank, yeah. The legend himself. Good for him. He's still very much riding that Power Ranger train.
Yeah, oh yeah. All of them are.
Yeah, which ones are left? Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're all left except for the Yellow Ranger Trini. She died in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
It sucks.
R.I.P. Trini.
R.I.P. Trini. But me and Emily met. I told you guys we met the Blue Ranger at one of those like small Comic-Cons.
Oh, Billy, nice.
Yeah, he was cool, but he had a lot of plastic surgery. You could tell done to his face.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
it was weird seeing that.
Yeah. Also, he's just like the Blue Ranger. That's all he'll ever be known for. No matter even if he did anything else, no one gives a fuck. Unfortunately, that's cemented. He's the Blue Ranger. That's it.
I mean, that's the way it is for much cooler things, but like half the Game of Thrones actors, they'll only ever be known. Same with Sopranos. They'll only ever be known as like actors for that show.
Right. Well, to me, like actors that I know are only in Sopranos, even though I really haven't seen Sopranos, but I know they're from Sopranos. Like, it's because that casting, I feel like those people are barely actors. They're just like Italian guys they found on the street that used to be in the mob. Like, I'll say lines.
Some of them are like, there's actually like, it's really cool, not a documentary, this is just because I know a lot. So like, dude, people like who are on The Sopranos, as well as like Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, and Robert De Niro, back in the day, like there was a huge like Italian theater presence in New York and New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
And so that's like how a lot of them knew each other, was from performing in like plays and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
they have a theater background, legit.
Oh yeah, a lot of them do. Especially like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro were started off like theater actors.
Yo.
Jesus Christ, only half an hour late.
Man, shut up, bro. I literally just walked in the door from work. I've been busting my ass trying to... I should have been off a long time ago. We weren't that busy, but they waited a long ass time to cut me.
That's all good.
Damn.
But here I am.
Fuck Outback.
Fuck Outback. What's up, fellas?
Nice. This is an impromptu episode. I was feeling in the mood to record.
Hell yeah, I'm glad, honestly, because
Yeah.
I'm about to head home and see the young blood for a couple days.
The young blood.
Is that your son? Is that what
Yes. So what's up, boys? What's up? You guys ready to get high?
Yeah.
Should I eat an edible?
Our answer is always no, Cody.
Really?
I don't know if you become more entertaining on it, in all honesty.
Oh, really? I feel like
I think you
I'm
become
dumber, for sure.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean funnier.
True.
I think it slows you down.
Sometimes.
do what you want. It's your body, your choice.
Your body,
Yeah.
your choice.
Your body, your choice.
But if this was Texas, I would say no.
Dude.
If you were Texas, if you were the state
If
of Texas,
I were the
you
state
mean,
of Texas.
you gained sentience. So
Oh,
you
yeah,
had to speak to Cody.
Like Mogo, the living planet. It's like Texas, the living state.
Texas, the living state.
Oh, God.
A sentient Texas. Ooh, actually, a sentient Florida would be worse. That'd be
Yeah.
horrendous.
Sentient. Oh yeah. Would that be the worst sentient? Yeah.
Oh
Sentient
yeah, for
Florida,
sure. Sentient
absolutely.
Florida. Oh my god.
I don't know. I feel like places like Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia would all be pretty bad also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I could see that.
Shit's getting real.
What was that?
That's the shit's getting real noise.
So what's up, guys? How we doing today? This
Oh, dude, I just watched Long Halloween Part 1 the other day. That shit was dope.
oh shit. We're gonna have to talk about it in Halloween.
Yeah, brah.
Ciao, bruh.
When All Hallows Eve approaches.
Ooh.
We should also do a good horror comic for that.
Yeah, for sure. Have you heard of Philadelphia?
We could. I mean, I honestly was thinking, if not before then, we should do like
we could do volume 2.
or
Yeah.
even volume 2 and 3 if we wait long enough.
Yeah, 3's been coming out like very quickly. I think a few issues are already in. So
Yeah.
Dude, Rodney Barnes putting out that fire.
yeah.
Dude, volume 2 was sick.
Yeah. Volume 2 is good. I liked it a lot.
I just got it in LA.
I know. I was there when you
No, you weren't.
when you came back with it.
Well, guys, welcome to another episode of Comics and Chronic. Today, as always, I'm joined with co-hosts Anthony Iannaccio and Jake FH, and this is your boy Cody speaking. Today's a fun little impromptu, silly episode. We're just gonna get ripped and talk about ourselves.
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
exactly what we're gonna do.
That is totally what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Well, you guys,
Well, Jake, why don't you get us into give us a brief synopsis?
are we doing synopses of ourselves?
of life and reality in general?
How should we do this? How do we do this?
Reality is something created by a being or not a being. We may not know. We don't know how reality was created, but we exist in it. The art was done by some cool, I don't know, graphics in life are pretty
How
cool.
about this? What? I'm sure we've mentioned it at least with like guests and whatnot, but I can't remember. What are the comics that got you guys into reading comic books?
Ooh, that's a great
Nice.
first question.
And at what
Nice.
age did you start getting into it?
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so I mean, I guess I'll take the lead because
Yes, sir.
being excitable.
See what happens when you don't take an edible?
Dude, I didn't take an edible.
I know. As he
He's
rips
about
the
to
bong.
take a
I need to pack a new one, honestly. So I started getting into comics super young. I started because my dad was a swim coach growing up, and right down the street from the place where he taught swimming was a comic book shop, and he used to take me down there once a week if I was well behaved, did well with my chores, yada yada, and let me pick out a comic book or two.
Hmm.
And so my favorite earliest comics, the comics that I got into as a kid, got really into the X-Men out the gates. It was so that we're talking this is probably like 92, 93, 94-ish.
Nice. That's like prime X-Men time.
Yeah, I was reading X-Men and I was reading a lot of Spider-Man.
Okay.
And
Nice.
surprisingly, for some reason, I remember reading a bunch of Aliens comics.
Nice.
Ooh. Like Ridley Scott, like that
Yes,
Aliens. Oh, that's
yes.
awesome.
And Beavis and Butthead comics. And the last thing that I think I remember enjoying. Oh, I also really liked Spawn.
Yeah.
when it came out.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Like from the movie or just the comic too?
Both. I was into all of it. I
Yeah.
also, one of the first like trades I got was Death of Superman.
Nice.
Same. Exact same. Yeah.
Very cool.
So that was my intro to comics.
Anthony, what about you?
So for me, honestly, I didn't have I wasn't buying comics growing up or asking for them. Like I didn't really like it. They were. I had toys. I had toys of all the superheroes. I watched all the cartoons.
Same.
You know,
Same.
like I was really into that side of it. So I whatever, whenever I picked up a comic when I was older, it felt like I already had read so many because this animated series always did such a good job of giving you the backstory, like Spider-Man, X-Men animated series, you know?
Yeah, those were so good. Batman the animated series.
Yeah, Batman
Superman
the animated series, Superman,
series.
Justice League, all that good stuff. And I loved all that shit. And then, believe it or not, so I had one of those, or a bunch of them. It was like the Marvel Encyclopedia.
Yeah, those things are cool. I have one.
And I would just like go through all the characters, like biographies, and just like learn about them that way, you know?
Yeah.
Like in the uncomic booky way possible. Like I'm not actually reading the stories, but like now I know who Loki is because he has like a 5 power rating, but like a 10 mastermind rating or whatever the fuck they rate. Like it's all these arbitrary like rating systems in the book. But the actual books I bought, like I said, same Death of Superman. And the same day I bought that, or I didn't even buy it. I just got it at a book fair for free. I got that and a Simpsons comic.
Nice.
Those I still have. I still have the exact same ones. And that Simpsons comic was just, I don't know. I like that way more than Superman. So I feel like that just describes my like comic book taste. Like it could be either on a spectrum of Death of Superman, which is like, I don't think that's the first comic you pick up and read. What about you, Jake?
Yes, I started being fans of all like the characters before I ever read a comic book. But I was reading comics.
Yeah.
I was reading comic strips pretty young, mostly Garfield and like Dilbert and Calvin and Hobbes. And then as far as like the actual like comic books, dude. So I started because I grew up in New Rochelle. Like I went to Squiggy's all the time.
Oh boy!
And shout out to Squiggy's if you're in the New York area.
Yeah, I used to go there a lot.
What's it called? So the first comic books I started buying were honestly Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic
and I would have been like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9. Yeah, dude, Sonic the Hedgehog had some dope ass like comics back in the day. They still publish them.
Yeah, they do. IDW.
Did those come out around the same time as when Sonic had like 2 or 3 different animated shows?
Yeah, pretty much, because they were like. So yeah, Sonic had like, I remember me and my friend, we talked about it. Sonic had 2 animated shows. One was on, well, for us it was WB11. And then there was like another more like dramatic Sonic the Hedgehog. And the comics were like that too. They were more like kiddie, like, I'm just going to eat chili dogs and collect golden rings. And the others were like, oh, like it's full on rebel forces against Robotnik.
Yeah, like
and
gritty.
Yeah, it was like gritty, like in the trenches. And the animals were being turned into robots against the will. And they're like, no! Yeah, so there were like 2 dark worlds, or 2 different worlds of Sonic the Hedgehog. And then after that, I'd already been fans of, like, Batman, Spider-Man, whatever. After that, the first, I think, mainstream heroes I got into were Green Lantern and Hulk. And like Green Lantern comics being the first superheroes I think I bought. And then as far as the first trade I think I ever bought, I think it was Hulk Ground Zero, which is so sick. That's Todd McFarlane. And that's a great.
Oh, he draws that?
Yeah. Or he writes it? I think he definitely draws it. I don't know if he writes it. I think he does, though. Actually, no. Don't hold me to that. He definitely draws it, though. And it's sick.
I'm holding you to it.
You've been held.
Todd McFarlane, don't come for me.
Yeah. I also... Another comic book series that while you were talking about Sonic, for some reason, it reminded me, I got a bunch of Jurassic Park comic books when I was a kid.
Nice. I didn't even know they made
really loved the movies. Yeah, they were cool. I remember, though, they like took a bunch of liberties. Like they, what's his name who was killed by the raptors in the movie? The clever girl guy?
The
Robert
hunter
Muldoon
dude.
or whatever.
Yeah, Muldoon.
Yeah, he's alive in the comics.
Oh, really?
He like... the raptor hurt him but didn't kill him.
What? In the book he dies.
Yeah, in the comics he lived.
Oh shit. Dude, Jurassic Park, the game for Sega Genesis, was sick.
Was insanely hard.
Yeah, dude, it was honestly borderline impossible to beat.
Dude, it was so hard.
Probably just impossible. It was so hard.
Yeah, any 90s video game that was based on a movie was incredibly difficult, and you never beat it. Maybe if you got past the first level, you were lucky. You were a great gamer.
Dude, Aladdin, to this day, one of the most fun games I've ever played, and borderline unbeatable.
Yeah. Yeah, I was seeing a chick very briefly that had a Super Nintendo.
Nice.
And we tried, she had that game. I was like, dude, I bet as an adult I can win and not.
Yeah, no, that game is hard as fuck.
Hard as fuck.
Honestly, probably had a better chance as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree.
Like the Lion King. Oh my God.
Lion King.
Same. Yeah.
It makes you almost hate I Just Can't Wait to Be King, which is a great song.
Yeah. And then,
dude, did you guys ever play the Tiny Toons game?
Yes,
That game was
that
fun
was
as
one I actually
fuck.
started to get good at. Like it's also an extremely difficult
Very
game.
difficult.
Yeah, dude. But the Jurassic Park one, I remember I got to the very last level every single, like regularly, but could not beat. I never once beat it.
Dude, 90s game developers literally were just like, fuck these kids. We don't want them.
Like I honestly think they didn't even know how to make the game easy. It was just like,
Yeah,
it
you're probably
works.
right.
You should be grateful.
Yeah, we made a game. Whether or not you can play it is up to you.
Yeah. Like I had this like Justice League game for Super Nintendo, and it was a fighting game, not much unlike an Injustice, or at least as a kid I felt that way because like Superman had long hair, Aquaman had like a hook hand. I was like, what is going on? But it was really hard, and I never got good at it.
There was I forgot what the full title is, but there was a Batman game for the GameCube, and that was hard as shit. I forgot what it was called.
Dude, GameCube is probably the single most underrated video game system of all time.
You think it's underrated? I think I think true gamers realize the gem that is the Nintendo GameCube.
Dude, it's so good. It was
I think
such a
to
good
this day, it's
system.
one of the. I think Nintendo has put out more strong systems than weak systems.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Nintendo is probably my favorite developer.
Yeah, I grew up on Super Mario, so I'm a big slut for Nintendo and Kirby.
Nintendo slut.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not really into video games anymore. I rarely play them. But if I am to play something, it's going to either be a Nintendo game or a fighter.
So Super Smash Bros.
Yes. A lot of Smash Bros.
What's it called? Cody, I just got my PS4 controller to start working again.
What happened? What was wrong with it?
Dude, I don't know. I actually like YouTube this video. I had to hold 2 buttons down for like 5 seconds and like give my controller a hard reset, and it works fine now.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you, Jake. You did something with technology.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's not Jake's strong point.
It's not.
It's not.
You're now the Reed Richards of this group. I hope you know that.
No, I never said I was the Reed Richards.
But I'm saying you are right now.
Now.
You've just became it.
You just literally just now.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't like Reed Richards. He's lame.
I honestly don't like the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like,
What? Really?
They're only cool collectively, and even at that, mildly.
For me, they just don't scratch any of my
Dude,
itches. that
more
much.
like the Fantastic
Like,
Four, am I right?
I like them much more when they're a part of the Avengers or...
Oh, we lost Cody. We knew something was going to happen.
That's what he gets for talking shit about the Fantastic Four. Because let me tell you, the Fantastic Four is
Fuck
cool,
me,
guys.
man. I fucking...
Damn, we
I can't even really stick to that statement. It could be really boring though. Fantastic Four isn't always like, oh yeah, so cool. But I like the characters.
I like the character. I do like the characters. I'm just not like whoa, like Fantastic Four, you know?
Yeah, I feel like for instance,
I like Doctor
really
Doom
like
more than I like them.
Right, I was gonna say Doctor Doom is like such a great like part of the Marvel universe. You don't have him without Fantastic Four, you know?
Yeah.
And also, like, you know, have you ever read Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four?
No.
That's like the run that made me like them.
Really? Okay.
You know, there's always a run that lets you appreciate characters a bit more than you did before, and then you're like, okay, I see why people like them. You know?
Okay. I dig that.
Cody said he hated Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about our hatred for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of squares.
I agree. There's a square team.
How many points are in a square, Cody?
Oh.
4.
Exactly. I got nothing else.
Nice.
Should I make a group in my comic universe called the Fantastic Whores? And there were a bunch of prostitutes who went through a cosmic belt and got radiated with powers.
Okay. That works.
One of them stays rock hard.
Yeah. I'm writing that down now, actually. Fantastic Whores. Dude, my universe grows like exponentially.
Every episode.
Every episode.
Every day.
Fantastic Four. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not that into the Fantastic Four. I'm not saying I honestly my favorite Fantastic Four stuff is either if they're a part of the Avengers or I really like the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I love the Silver Surfer. He's one of my favorite. That's what I'm saying. You weren't here when we were saying Dr. Doom. Jake was saying
Dr. Dizzo.
Fantastic Four introduced so many great Marvel characters that
I'm not disagreeing, and I'm not saying that they don't have value. I'm just saying that they don't interest me as much. And Dr. Doom by himself is infinitely more interesting than the entire Fantastic Four.
I agree.
Fair enough.
I agree. I acknowledge both. That without Fantastic Four, we would not have any of these characters, but almost all of their characters, Silver Surfer, Galactus, Dr. Doom, are way cooler than the Fantastic Four are.
I completely agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's just my hot take.
Galactus, yeah.
Yeah, dude, Galactus is sick.
Who would you cast as Galactus in a live action film?
I mean, you could do anybody. It doesn't matter.
Could you?
Yeah.
Could anity
be Galactus?
Yeah, dude.
I would do Michael Caine as Galactus.
I'm here to eat woes.
I love it. Yeah.
Michael Caine as Galactus.
Dude, we should start an online movement to make Michael Caine Galactus.
Yeah.
Let's do it. There's only one man suited for the task.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Christian Bale was the Silver Surfer.
Who would you guys like to cast as the Fantastic Four?
It's a good question.
Well, the internet wants John Krasinski and Emily Blunt as Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic.
But why do they have to be it? You know what I mean? I don't go Reed Richards, John Krasinski,
Someone did a Photoshop and they were like, that's what it has to be now.
Yeah, I know. And I've seen all the nerds be like, dude.
The same thing happened when Donald Glover tried to be Spider-Man.
It was like, dude,
true.
Of course, obvious choice. I don't know.
If they were casting Miles Morales back then, he would have been perfect choice.
He's too old to play Miles now, though.
Yeah, that's why they made him Uncle Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would I cast as live action Franklin Richards?
You're starting with Franklin?
Oh, no, sorry. I meant Reed Richards.
Starting with Franklin. Is there a girl too? A daughter?
Yeah, Val.
Cool.
Franklin and Val.
I know Franklin.
Valeria.
He's got crazy powers.
Yeah, Valeria doesn't have any powers, but she's as smart as Reed or smarter. But also, Dr. Doom is her godfather, basically. So he protects her and really likes her, and why
would Reed make Dr. Doom her godfather?
Oh, he doesn't. When she's giving birth to Val, it's in Latveria, and Dr. Doom is not Dr. Doom isn't completely evil, and he sees her. I don't know. I really didn't read the story, so I can't really say for sure what the history is. But the point is Dr. Doom sees Val as almost his surrogate daughter in a way, and Sue is cool with that because she's cool. Y'all look out for her, but never to fuck with us anyway. So it's cool. It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
There's a lot of storylines where it pops up where Val could go into Latveria and be yo, Uncle Doom, what's going on? You're doing the wrong thing. And he's well, whatever, but maybe you're right. So it's a cool, she has power. That's her power,
Whack.
Yeah, that doesn't sound all right. See, Fantastic Four just buns.
You guys are hard sell.
They just don't interest me that much.
Yeah, though I will say I am very excited for the eventual MCU live action because I guarantee I'll like them
absolutely.
then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll like them once they come into the MCU.
I'm just excited for them to do a decent Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, right. It'll be the first.
I don't know.
time.
I really don't know who I would cast because I think you could really cast anybody. It doesn't need to be a white family either. I think we talked about this. King, he's a descendant of Reed Richards. That doesn't mean Reed has to be whatever. Reed could still be white and that could still be true.
I have a question as far as that. Okay, so Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards. what year was that made canon? Surely not at his initial creation.
Kind of, yeah. At least at the beginning.
I don't know.
So
I kind of doubt that. I doubt.
So here's why
Jack
it's not
Kirby and
officially
Stanley
canon.
thought to be like, oh, Kang is all. You know what I mean? Like, was that something like a decade later that they came
Nathaniel
about
Richards. That's why.
Originally, like Kang, I don't think that's true. He was the Immortus.
I don't know if in like the first issue, right? Maybe
so
his
that's
first
what I mean
thing
is
like
like
as Immortus.
Like with comic books, we can always pick and choose like what we want to be canon. Like what I'm saying is how canon is that?
Right, it's pretty canon, but not canon enough. So it's also could be. There's also an implication that Kang is a descendant of Doctor Doom.
Okay.
It could be one or the other, like they hint at both a lot. So you're right. There's no like.
Also, with the multiverse
both,
being a thing, it's not. There could be both there's endless possibilities of who Kang could be a descendant of.
Right. I guess in the comics, it's always one or the other. Like there was recently a Doctor Doom like series, and like they have a conversation, and they hint like Doom is like, maybe you're a descendant of mine, and they're like, it's almost like they have like a bro moment. They're like, nah, that can't be it. No, maybe, nah. They're like kind of buddies in that series. It's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like with some things, like I don't know, I feel like actually as fans of comic books, we're kind of allowed to a degree to pick and choose what we acknowledge as canon and what's not, just because there are so many different stories, especially if they're just like one shots.
Right. I'm just going to assume, since this like phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is dealing a lot with time travel, that's not a detail they would pass over. I just think
but they can choose to. They could be like, do we want to have it linked to Franklin Richards, or do we just want to be our own new thing where Kang is this villain in the MCU?
Yeah, no, it's entirely possible they don't have to connect it at all. Yeah. But since Kang's like such he's going to be the next big bad, I'm assuming that the MCU is like, all right, he's going to be in everything somehow. We know he's an Ant-Man. How does he factor into that? We don't know.
What's the next Marvel movie?
Shang-Chi.
Nice.
And then the Eternals.
But then also this is like phase 4, right?
Yeah, phase 4.
So, and it like they did do a teaser for Fantastic Four. They showed
at the end they show you the 4.
So if everything is culminating in Fantastic Four, I feel like it's somehow connected to Kang, whether or not, it does turn out
to be Franklin Richards. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause they pick like Cody's saying, there's literally a multiverse. So they could pick that. It might not be important at all. They might change that. Who knows? But
I guess to me, what I'm saying is Kang being related in any way to Franklin Richards means nothing to me. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't make me be like cool.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with old school Kang for me.
Oh my god!
who would you guys cast as Human Torch and Thing?
Today's Human Torch and Thing.
Yep.
Well, I mean, Zac Efron obviously is Human Torch.
He would make a pretty good Human Torch. He would
probably make a good Human Torch. I wouldn't mind that. I actually didn't even mind Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch, but that movie was just terrible.
Good.
Yeah, that movie was a hotbed of trash.
Who would I cast as the Thing? Honestly, you know who I would cast? What's his name from Breaking Bad? The DEA.
Yeah. Yep.
I would cast him.
Dude, who was in what movie was he in as a cop recently?
That actor?
His name is something Norris, right?
Chuck Norris.
I think it's Ed Norris. I think that's his name.
I think you're right. Yeah,
what movie? He was a cop in something.
Minerals, Marie.
Yeah.
They're not rocks. They're minerals.
I wouldn't mind him being. I don't mind like. Also, if they're astronauts, they kind of have to be a little older. If you want to ground it in reality, I guess. You don't have to. It's a comic book film, so never mind. Well, I wouldn't mind them being older. I don't mind like my Reed Richards being like 40s, 50s, honestly.
I mean, Reed Richards like, should be older, pepper, I think.
Yeah.
John Hamm is Reed Richards?
That'd be sick.
That'd be cool. I'd
be down for that.
I kind of want the Fantastic Four movie to be like they're in the 60s, but like they come to the present moment.
I don't want that.
You wouldn't want to see that?
Because then it's like, after a while, it's like, is everyone giving up guarding their own timeline to come? Like, how are they going to coexist? Or are we, from now on, going to be watching movies where, this movie takes place in this Marvel universe, whereas this one takes place in a different number Marvel universe? Like,
I don't think it would be separate. Just like maybe something happened in the 60s where like they had to stop Galactus somehow, but they're like thrown out of the. I don't fucking know how it would happen.
I mean,
but
yeah, like I've seen that theory online before about, I don't know.
What?
I think the time travel trope for me after a while starts to become a little, well, just the trope. It's just like a very, almost a cop out.
Not that it's necessarily time travel, but like, you know how like Cap is like someone at a time. Like they're not trying to go back. They're just like, I can see like James Gunn handling it that way. And it's more, if like you guys are saying, Fantastic Four does nothing for you. You hear it, you're like, fuck, I'm not excited for that. Like you have to do something, make it funny. I don't know. Something to make it more interesting.
Every time, if you want me to get excited for a Fantastic Four story, just do the villains correctly. That's all you got to do.
So you would want Doom immediately.
Or Galactus.
Yeah. I feel like Galactus is a build-up. You got to build him up a little.
Yeah, you do have to build him up.
It's not someone you could
He's not a one-movie villain.
What if Silver Surfer's the first villain then?
Okay. Like,
that would be cool. I would actually like to see...
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as like
I just want that post-credit scene. I want to see Surfer just racing to Earth.
Dude, I wouldn't mind a Fantastic Four movie having the tone of like Star Trek, honestly. J.J. Abrams is like...
Ooh, yes.
You know what I mean?
There we go.
I would be down. Picture Star Trek, but it's Fantastic Four. And I would even like it to take...
where they've been this whole time.
I'd like them to be in space for the majority of the film, you know?
Yeah,
like that would be sick. And then they come back to Earth at the end.
They fight Skrull or something.
Oh, that would be cool. Or, you know what would be cool is if they've been out there. We could even go with them. They've been there since the 60s, and they've been out there, and they only now they made it back to Earth to try and warn them about like a Skrull invasion. But by the time they come back, it's already begun, and they're just like, oh shit.
I'll do you one better. I'll say it would be a nihilist. Like maybe they're in the negative zone.
That'd be sick.
You know what I mean? And that would be Annihilation. That's a cool Marvel event they haven't done yet.
That's an insane Marvel event.
I love that one so much.
It's so crazy. I feel like Annihilation's one of the stories that brought made space a priority in the Marvel universe in like our modern era now.
Yeah, in the comics, absolutely. Yep. That's a comic that really got me into comics. I'm like, okay, I'm reading every single series that this event has.
Yeah.
Like Drax is 4 issues, Super Skrull 4 issues, Silver Surfer 4 issues. It's divided in such a cool way.
Nice.
God
so many characters that the MCU just hasn't introduced yet. Nova.
Yeah, Nova.
I love Nova.
Even though Xandar got murdered off.
Yeah, so I was hoping they would do something with that, you know?
With time travel?
Like, we know Thanos took one of the stones from Xandar, right?
Yeah.
So where's that scene, you know? I want to see him maybe taking it from, like, John C. Reilly's character.
Yeah, right? Or Glenn Close. Like, what happened to them?
Yeah. And then, like, they race to Earth to give the helmet to someone else.
Oh, shit.
You know?
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, how else do you do it? You know, that's like built into the MCU already. If they like, you know what I realized with the MCU, like they're not geniuses or anything, but like they take all the small details, and whether or not you were paying attention or they meant it at first, it seems like they like are like, oh, you didn't think that would come into play.
I agree. Yeah. And yet I've mentioned this before, but I'm not going to lie. To me, one of the biggest fuck ups is the whole Nick Fury's eye thing. It's
yes, absolutely.
It's so lame after the fact. Yeah. Which once again is a point to why I hate Captain Marvel, because that movie did it.
But it's like literally the cat scratched it and it got infected.
Yeah, but he says very dramatically to Robert Redford, he's like, the last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye, and it's a cat. Like it's boo. I don't know. They didn't think about that, you know.
It's a bad detail of the MCU among many other flubs.
I was reading like this goes more into like the whole how the new Spider-Man movie will be like a multiverse movie, and how when in Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi's, when they're coming up with names for Dr. Octopus, one of them suggests Doctor Strange, and Jonah Jameson goes, oh, that's good, but it's taken. So Doctor Strange exists in that universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So maybe we'll see that in Multiverse of Madness,
crazy crossover. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
I know. I hope so too. And also, Jonah Jameson exists in the Spider-Man universe now. And, you know?
Yep.
So is he a variant? Oh, shit. Of the Raimi universe? You know what I mean?
I think they actually said he is. Actually, yeah, it wouldn't matter. Like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
He's basically the same. He just doesn't have hair.
Yeah, bro. He's just J.K. Simmons now. Like,
exactly.
J.K. Simmons. If J.K. Simmons was like a right wing,
Alex Jones, that's his name.
Yeah.
It would be cool if there was an Omni-Man reference because they have J.K. Simmons.
Oh shit, that'd be funny.
He could exist in a multiverse of madness.
Omni-Man? That's two different publishing companies.
Yeah, but that's the multiverse.
That's true. Yeah,
dude.
Robert Kirkman. They could
the only thing that wouldn't work about that is Omni-Man would easily wipe the floor with all of the Marvel characters.
What? No one could beat him?
Who would?
You don't think Thor stands a chance? First of all,
did you
Hulk?
Did you see what he did to everyone?
Yeah, he does murder everybody throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
He destroys entire planets and civilizations.
Yeah.
He does.
Single-handedly.
So no one, not even Sentry. Let's go that far.
What about Superman? Why can't, I bet the DC universe stands a better chance of beating Omni-Man.
Oh, for sure. DC. Well, that's just because DC and Marvel have like different scopes.
Which universe do you think is more powerful, DC or Marvel?
DC for sure.
I go DC hands down.
Yeah, probably. Also, no, I was going to say Invincible and Spider-Man. There's a team up, or there's a few team ups they do. So it's possible.
Really?
I didn't know
there's
that.
comics. Yeah, they team
That's
up.
pretty
yeah.
sweet.
Bobby Kirks.
Nice.
Who is suing AMC, apparently.
Why?
Really?
Something about pretty much like a ScarJo type thing right now with what they're doing.
She's doing that too.
Yeah, dude.
There's a whole wave of people suing the companies.
Yeah.
Not paying them that
Disney
Skrilla.
And then Disney
Disney clap back. We're like, yo, this is a greedy ass bitch.
Wow.
And Kevin Feige was like, yo, what? That's my girl.
He's like, I make you guys billions. You don't tell us what to do anymore. We're the fucking Avengers.
Shit, right? Oh shit! What if Kevin Feige is like the Norman Osborn of the film industry's Dark Avengers?
He's just making, he just takes all Disney's money to just continue expanding the MCU.
Yeah.
That's all, though. That's his evil intentions. Like, no more Disney movies, just superhero movies.
Oh shit! Can you imagine?
To the point where we're like, stop it.
Yeah, we can't. There's more movies.
It's too much for us to handle.
For the podcast.
Yeah. There can't be like 4 premieres every week, Disney.
Oh my
Come
God,
on.
Yeah. Who knew there could be a universe where I wouldn't want to watch that much content?
Like Cody said, we're approaching or he said the wave is done.
The horizon.
I don't think it's done.
The event horizon.
Ending.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's over. I just think it's just not the beginning.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, we've passed the climax.
Have we? I don't know. I feel like I'm
was
surprised
Endgame
by
the big climax?
No, that was just Marvel's big climax.
I'm just saying. I mean, like.
I'm approaching the climax.
So Anthony, Jake and I don't like Fantastic Four. Are there any major superheroes
that you don't like?
Things that you're not into at all?
Is there anything superhero? I mean, I feel like every character has a good series in them.
Oh, for sure. And that being said, I wouldn't say no to reading a Fantastic Four book. Jake, you're gonna hate this. I'm also not that into the Green Lantern.
What?
Whoa.
That's crazy. Really Green Lantern is sick.
Yeah. It's not that I think he's bad. He just doesn't like, I'm just not as into him as, he's like,
why?
One of the, I don't know. Just like one of the least, maybe it's just because he's one of the Avengers I'm the least familiar with. Or not
Avengers?
Justice League.
Which Green Lantern are we talking about? Are we talking about Hal Jordan?
I'm just saying, like, the character, that section of the DC universe as a whole is one of those parts of the DC universe I am least both familiar with and interested in.
So maybe you're not interested in it because you're so unfamiliar with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably
I would argue that the Green Lantern universe, especially since like Blackest Night and Brightest Day.
Yeah.
And even before that is one of the stronger, or like the whole Parallax things, or when Green Lantern like rebuilds the sun. I don't know. I disagree. I think Green Lantern has some of the strongest stories in DC.
Yeah, you gotta
step your shit
out
up,
like
Cody.
Jeff Johns' run.
Yeah,
he has a huge run.
And also, dude, I'm not gonna lie, Green Lantern Earth 1 for me is killing it. I'm loving it.
Oh yeah, that Earth one is great. But I was thinking Aquaman. I'm not gonna. Jeff Johns had a good Aquaman run, and
52 was that
really
new 52?
Yeah,
I read some of
even that wasn't like, oh my god, but it was good. Yeah. Green Arrow, I don't generally go for, but again, there was a great Jeff Lemire New 52 Green Arrow run that I actually really liked. Oh, and then there's like in the 90s, there's some good Green Arrow, but like I generally won't go for that.
Yeah, I don't care about Green Arrow.
I like Hawkeye way more than I like Green Arrow.
I don't know if when it comes to comic books, I don't know if I give a shit about both.
Hawkeye has a lot of great series, though. That's the thing.
I also like.
I really never read
what's Green
anything
Arrow's
about
girlfriend's name? Black Canary. I like her way more than I like Green Arrow.
Yeah,
Black Canary's. Yeah, she's great. Green Arrow's a girlfriend.
I mean, at least like in the Justice League cartoon, that's what she was. I'm honestly not that familiar with Green Arrow either.
I don't think many people are. He's not that cool.
No.
I watched a few seasons of, or 2 seasons of Arrow on CW. It wasn't great.
I had to force myself to watch it. I feel that way about every single CW DC show.
Yeah, they're not great. There's a really great season of Flash where he fights Zoom. I think that was they actually did good. And Superman and Lois, I haven't finished it, but a lot of the first season I like so far.
Dude, I'm liking it a lot. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Yes, there is a cheese element, but it's really not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, the effects for a TV show are kind of bomb.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. And his suit looks good. Like, I don't know. It grew on me instantly. Like, I saw his cameos in other CW stuff, and I was like, eh. But now with his own show, him and Lois, I'm like, yeah, they got these characters right in a cool way.
I'm on, like, I think episode 8 of it now.
Nice. I'm not even that far.
Dude, it's cool.
Nice.
There's some cool scenes, too. He takes down, like, these bank robbers in one scene. It's sick.
Have we just talked about what our favorite comic book movies are before? I feel like we may have, but I don't know.
We might have early
you can
on.
piece it together through like random episodes. Like I think we've all said we really love Winter Soldier.
Comic book movies?
Yeah.
Well, that was my favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Absolutely.
I would say, what's my favorite DC movie?
Dude, you know what I think you guys are not mentioning?
Dark Knight?
I would say probably either Dark Knight or the original Batman with Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. I love that one.
Yeah. Those are both so good. But you know what you guys aren't mentioning?
What?
Logan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Logan.
Logan was
right.
good.
I don't like Logan more than Dark Knight though. I like Dark Knight more than Logan. Easily, honestly.
I don't know.
Oh, I know. Dark Knight's strong, man. It's a strong.
It's incredible.
Very strong Batman and great. DC movie.
Yeah, it might. It's definitely the best DC movie. Maybe 90s or 89 Keaton.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is Batman is only rivaled by other Batman. Like, I mean, like even Richard Donner's Superman. Like, that's a good Superman movie. It's like for that time.
Yeah, the original. Yeah, absolutely.
The original's good.
Sure.
I'll still watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how we do. Christopher Reeve in the house.
Yeah, dude.
R.I.P. to the GOAT.
The GOAT.
To the GOAT.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about? I don't know. We're just talking, but I was going to say if you guys want to talk about stand-up at all.
Hell yeah, I'm down. I'm always down to talk about.
Switch
comedy.
gears to comedy.
Let's do it
and cobble together a good episode.
Yeah, that's fun.
Comedy, yeah.
So I wrote something down the other day.
Nice, dude. I gotta say, I'm really hoping you start doing mics and stuff more because you're set at.
I wanted to do one tonight. Actually, the same one we did last time.
The sugar mic.
Yeah.
Oh, you did a set when Cody was out there?
Yeah, I did like 4
Nice.
minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was a new set?
Some of it was, but some of it was old.
Yeah, it was.
But the shit that was new, I'd written like while we were just sitting down,
and it was honestly some of the best.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was some of his old jokes. I just think are a little harder to sell in today's PC era.
Actually, if truth be told, the TSA joke did get a laugh.
Oh, the TSA one.
I think that joke still holds up.
Yeah. I was thinking more of like, what one used to always get a laugh and didn't at all?
What's that?
Being a Colombian adopted kid, you got to play with bugs instead of eating them or whatever.
Yeah, I could retire that one.
Yeah, that one didn't. Everyone was just like,
I know, they were like, but I also like that reaction from people when I would tell jokes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes I even do a joke every now and again that gets that reaction sometimes.
So I was trying to write the premise of like Teenage Ninja Turtles and how realistically, if they grew up in the sewers in New York City and they're teenagers, they probably did like a lot of blow. Especially if you consider the fact they just did a lot of shit. Especially if you consider the fact like how much shit gets flushed down, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like they would make their way.
The comedian that was also the other opener for Joyelle last night has a bit about how the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are hot. And it's honestly hilarious. Talks about making her husband strap a laundry basket to his back and stuff like that.
Did you guys know in the comics, the same ooze or whatever radioactive ooze that makes the Ninja Turtles, is the same thing that blinds Daredevil?
Ooh.
I think I heard that somewhere. Is that how canon is that? I don't think that's.
They said.
Who said? Who's this? They
said.
The internet.
Listen, remember those guys at the TVA?
The TVA.
The council?
Yeah.
They said.
What were those guys called? I already forgot the plot of Loki.
The timekeepers.
The timekeepers.
The timekeepers. That's the ones who said they decided.
Dude, what if both slimes came from Ivan Ooze?
Ooh, he would be easy to beat for either anyone in Marvel or DC.
You think so?
Yeah, what do the Power Rangers do? They just blow them up.
What? Oh, Ivan Ooze? Yeah, Ivan Ooze in the end was not that like menacing of a villain.
Yeah.
Who was more menacing, him or... did you guys watch the one with where Elizabeth Banks played What's-Her-Face?
Oh, Rita.
Rita.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't actually.
I didn't either. I heard it was good, though.
Didn't she end up being the Green Ranger?
I didn't like the character designs. Yeah, that's kind of the twist.
That was
but
the
like
twist.
I don't know, the costumes didn't look great. Like that's why they're rebooting it, because they're gonna make it look like the classic shit, just like updated.
Yeah, I want the classic Power Ranger outfits.
Right. Like Goldar was like literally a giant gold blob.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like the character designs at all, but like the characters themselves were cool, and fucking Bryan Cranston as Zordon killed it.
It's great that he played Zordon.
Oh, and Bill Hader as Alpha 5.
Nice. That's sick.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good casting.
Yeah, that is good.
But they both look really dumb.
Yeah,
sure.
I wasn't in a big rush to see it.
Yeah, I'm still not.
Well, if you catch it on if it's on HBO or something like that, check it out. It's good.
Oh, but anyway, comedy.
But anyway, what's the deal?
What's the deal with comedy?
Who were some of your favorite comedians that got you into comedy?
Dude, honestly, none. When I started doing stand-up comedy, I wasn't like watching other stand-up comedy. I just thought I was funny and I wanted to like try it.
Nice.
It wasn't until I had already like started. Yeah, seriously. Like I can't even say that I was like a kid watching. Like I had, but I wasn't like, I can't like, I'm not one of those, say if I ever get famous, I'm not one of those people like, oh, you know who inspired, like, you know what I mean? Like I just wasn't like a big comedy nerd.
Yeah.
I was just a really dope dude.
I was really into Louis C.K. obviously at the time. I'm not even going to lie, Dane Cook's first album.
I knew it.
Really got
That's why I didn't laugh when I insulted you and called you Dane Cook, because you look up to him.
No, his first two albums, regardless of what you think about his content, he was an incredible performer and salesman.
Yeah, he definitely built his own following on MySpace.
Yeah.
One of the first people to utilize social media.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, seriously. Like, it's like a thing.
I was going to say, I used to watch Comedy Central Presents a lot. And I saw one of his specials on there, and that's how I learned about him, you know, and that's how I learned about a lot of comedians.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Comedy Central Presents.
Yeah.
Especially when we were taking classes together.
Dude, would you ever watch Showtime at the Apollo growing up? I did.
No, I never watched it.
Oh, man. I grew up watching it. I don't know why, honestly. I don't remember anyone else in my family watching it, just me.
When was it on? Was that after SNL?
It was like late night. It was some late night shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I barely watch. Like, I kind of watched SNL as a kid, but as a kid, I was like, I don't know, this isn't that funny.
I didn't like SNL until I was a teenager, and then as a teenager, I got really into it retroactively.
Yeah, and I watched a lot of Mad TV when I was
Mad TV was the shit. I grew up on like In Living Color a lot too.
Yeah,
I remember me and my family would watch In Living Color.
That was a good one. I didn't watch much of that. I need to watch that. I need to watch all the stuff like that as an adult.
So many people come from In Living Color. Jim Carrey. That's where you got to start.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. The Wayans.
Yeah. Dude, the Wayans are cool.
Yeah. Cast the Wayans is super.
As the Fantastic Four.
Blank Man.
Dude, Blank Man was sick.
Yeah,
like David Alan Grier, so Damon Wayans, and who was it was Mike Tyson's ex-wife. What's her name? Anyways, her. Robin Harris.
I don't know her name. Robin. Yeah, some Robin something.
Did I just make that up? Robin Harris? No, it is Robin Harris.
I don't know.
Anyways.
For the sake of the podcast, that's what it is.
Blank Man.
I love Mitch Hedberg. He was like the comedian that was like, damn, that's so cool.
Dude, I was actually a huge fan. A really great comic out of New York City. Jewish. Named Steven Rosenfeld. I just thought he I just thought he was the pioneer of comedy that nobody knew. I was like, this man knows something that we don't.
Yeah, he had the secrets at ACI, the American Comedy Institute.
That place is still a thing.
If you throw the word institute on anything, it just sounds way more prestigious than it actually is.
Yep.
Yeah,
dude, imagine. Dude, we should make the Comics and Chronic Institute.
Comics and Chronic Institute for Gifted Children.
Yeah. Dude, that could be our charity. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Comics and Chronic Institute for Gifted
Children. We could call it Jake's Anthony Cody Institute, so it could just be Jake's ACI.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
What? It's not the same name.
We should give every kid we sponsor with for our institute an obscene amount of weed.
Yeah. Oh yes. God, that would get us in so much trouble.
Once you graduate, you get an obscene amount of weed. When you're of legal age, 21 and older, you're like, here you go. Yeah. Here's a whole bunch of weed that is legal in this state, which our institute is in California.
Dude, what was the first comic book video game you guys played?
That's a good one.
First comic book video game.
Spider-Man on Sega Genesis. For sure.
I don't even think I played that one. I don't even think I know what that is.
Dude, it was rough. It too was hard. It was really cool. Like, you fought the bad guys and I don't know. It was like a beat 'em up, but you could like climb on the background because you're Spider-Man and stuff.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one for Super Nintendo. It was super hard.
So hard.
Wait, did the cover look like the Spider-Man animated show?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, I know what that is.
The first, but it wasn't even a video game. Do you guys remember those Tiger Electronic games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's
like the joysticks?
Like, no. Like, it's like you put a battery in it and like...
Oh, it's already like it's like a built-in
like a portable
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had an X-Men one, or specifically you played as Wolverine, and it would just be like, bub.
Yo. The X-Men arcade beat 'em up?
I guess the arcade games would be that one was sick.
That was so good. You could be like Storm, dude. I love
Storm, Colossus, Cyclops.
Yeah, Colossus.
It's cool because that game is literally the same as the Ninja Turtles arcade game and the Simpsons arcade game.
Yeah.
Dude, but all three of them are fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. All those games fucked.
I would buy them, honestly. If I could, I would buy one. That'd be sick.
Out of all those, though, Ninja Turtles for me, Turtles in Time specifically.
Dude, Turtles That was
slapped. My shit.
Do you guys remember Battletoads?
Of course.
Oh, that game was so hard.
Yeah.
That game was viciously hard.
Did any of you ever have the Sega Game Gear?
Sega Game Gear? No.
Really?
That was Sega's Game Boy, right?
Yeah, but it was like a foot long. It ran on I think 8 batteries, 4 on each side. It was like you could club someone to death with it.
Dude, let's talk about fucking bitches.
This is episode X.
Oh shit!
It sounds cool, doesn't it?
Episode X. The 90s were just a good time, honestly, for video games, for comic books,
Yes.
Movies,
The
TV.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I had a great time personally, honestly, but
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time in the 90s. My family wasn't as poor as we are now. My parents were still together.
nice.
I was just like a little scrawny, tan swimming kid. Nerd.
Nice.
And then you started smoking weed.
Yeah, dude.
That's smoking that
Everything
lettuce.
went downhill from there.
Yep.
That's the decline of Cody Cannon.
Yep.
The decline of Cody Cannon.
Wait,
That
what
should be
age
the
did you
guy.
start smoking weed? We've talked about that, right?
15 here.
Anthony, what about you?
18.
18. I think the first time I ever smoked a joint, I would have been like 15 or 14.
Because you started smoking weed like not long before we met you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
One might say it put me on the path to meeting the two of you.
Whoa, shit. That's the power of marijuana, man.
I didn't even mean it in that way. It's just like, I'm trying to say I smoke. I'm like, look at these stoners. Let's be friends.
Dude, when we met, Cody, you and I weren't friends right away. We were mortal enemies.
Yeah,
Whoa.
at first we viewed each other as,
One another's competition.
yeah.
Wait, someone spin this yarn. Let's hear this story.
Well, we met in ACI, but we didn't meet in the program, right? We met like a few classes before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we met in a couple.
Like when we took the workshops and whatnot.
Yeah, we met in a workshop, and we just felt. I feel like we had similar senses of humor, and Jake was probably like a little darker than mine. Mine, especially then, was like playing on like being a goofy dumbass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, regardless, when we first met, like, and in ACI, I viewed Jake as competition. I was like, we didn't really talk at all outside of class.
Yeah.
Did you guys view me as competition, or you're like, fuck that guy?
Honestly, I knew out the gates, I knew you were a better writer than I, but I also didn't think you could perform as well as I did.
Good,
Ooh.
yeah. That's accurate. That's a fair assessment of my skills.
But I instantly, so Jake and I didn't become friends until we had double teamed a lady.
Yeah. That is true.
And then,
But I thought there was some story about you guys sitting down on a couch. Jake said he didn't.
I sat down on a cat.
No, not that. Oh yeah, Cody was like, he thought he was like saying like, what's that? I thought that's how you guys met.
Wait,
no,
what?
that party where Jake sat on almost killed the cat.
Dude, I really sat on that motherfucker forever. And it's funny because at first I thought you were just kind of being a dick, like calling me fat. And you were like, yo, I think you're sitting on a cat. And I was like, dude, that's stupid. I would feel it. Like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? So I was like, what are you talking about? I think I almost didn't get up out of spite.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was like a fat joke. And then after like, honestly, like 15 fucking
20
minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is there something underneath me? And I got up.
There was a cat there.
There was a cat there. And it was like no bullshit, like cartoon style deflated. And it fell from the chair, like lifeless and limp, fell to the floor and didn't move for like a solid minute. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, Jesus. I was like, did I kill it? And then it must have got a fucking breath in its lungs because it popped right back up. And it like ran away. But I definitely, like, honestly, I probably squeezed like 8 out of 9 lives out of that motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah. So shout out to her cat.
Yeah, but that was
But no, that was just at a party. That wasn't when we became friends.
That was the second time we hung out, and it was outside of that party when we like bullshitted with each other and like geeked out about not only the cat but the party and the threesome.
Yeah,
and
the threesome brought us together.
Yeah, and then it was that. that night when we were geeking out about it, that I was
Not
like,
the three of us, by the way.
no, but that party was, I think, the first time.
We smoked with you in your car.
Yeah, and that was like one of the
nice.
first times outside of work. I mean, not outside of work, outside of school that we had hung out, Anthony. And like, I felt like that time period was like all of us starting to come together.
Yeah, the solidifying moment of the American Comedy Institute.
Yeah.
Alumni.
The alumni.
Isn't it crazy that we...
Cody, I have your graduate certificate of the 1-year ACI program. I shit you not. I still have it right now with me. Right here with me. I could probably whip it out right now.
Oh my God, that's insane.
I don't know why the fuck I have it.
Cody needs that on hand just in case a comedy club promoter is like, how do I know
you just hold it up to like,
team?
Don't worry, graduated ACI. Dude, like, what the fuck?
They'll be like, do you have a vaccine card? And I'll be like, no, I have something even better.
Yeah. ACI alumni coming through. Everyone stand back.
Yeah.
Funny guy right
FBI
here.
badge.
Dude, it's actually, if truth be told, I literally have sketches from ACI right here.
Whoa, nice.
2010.
Nice. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? That's when we did it?
Yeah, dude. It's been a decade that we've been homies.
Dude, I have my ACI evaluation right here. I figured I should bring only the important...
I don't even know if I have these things.
What? Dude, I figured I should bring only the most important documents to California when I moved here.
Do I need my birth certificate? No.
No. My ACI? Where is it? I know I have yours here.
Cody doesn't have a certificate.
Dude, I was just with you and you didn't give it to me? What the fuck?
I didn't even why do I even have it?
I don't know.
There's a lot of mysteries surrounding this certificate, Cody. Your comedy credentials are
questionable.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Highly. If you've never done a workshop on how to do stand-up comedy, can you even call yourself a comedian?
Yeah, come on, man.
Dude, I can't believe we let ourselves get conned into that.
I mean, we were young and stupid.
Yeah, we were.
And like, truth be told, we were all just like, oh, this is a fast track to success.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we were just like, oh, this will fast track us to fame and success in the comedy world.
Yeah, like at the beginning of that program. Yeah, exactly. No, but exactly.
No,
like,
yeah, you're right.
So
that's what we thought.
That, like at the beginning of that program, I'm like, by the end of this, man, I'm going to have a job. I'm going to be on Comedy Central Presents. Like, I'm going to have a job on TV. And then like halfway through, I'm like, oh no, I'm not even good. How would I even? how would I even? And then by the end of it, I'm like, oh yeah, he fucking swindled me good. But I made some friends and I gained some confidence, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't have it. I swear I had it. Maybe I threw it out.
Oh my!
Cody does not have that certificate.
Oh well,
Jake.
I know I saw it like at least a year ago.
Well, you're dead to me now. But yeah, I am grateful for that thing just because of you guys, honestly.
Yeah. And honestly, it wasn't a bad program because look,
it wasn't.
If you put all those shit together and call it the American Comedy Institute as a whole, that's the quote unquote con, right? Yeah. But like if you want to go for improv classes, which tons of comedians do, acting classes, tons of comedians and non-comedians do, writing comedy classes, right? Which is sketch comedy.
It was like low key. It was a well-rounded thing. It was just the dude who ran it was a scumbag.
And and he sold people on something he could never.
He sold him on like his vast connections in the business.
Yeah.
When in reality, people were like, "Who?
Connections?
Like who? Stephen who?"
Yeah. Like to put a point on it, like we graduated in 2012. Graduated 2012, right?
2011, I think.
2011.
Yeah.
Really, 10 years ago.
Yeah, because the sketches I wrote are dated as 2010.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So it took Amina 10 years to get a Comedy Central special where Steven Rosenfield made us think that by the end of that, less than a year, in a few months, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know, but we did have a cool opportunity to test material out in front of a group of like-minded people in kind of a safe space, quote unquote.
That's true.
Not that they called it that, but that's, you know.
It totally was
like
a safe
trusted
space.
You guys if something was funny or not. To this day, I'm like, they'll let me know if something isn't
like,
really
boo,
funny.
That shit sucks.
Dude, fucking...
Didn't they let us do a few classes where we did get to heckle each other?
Yes, that was so
I
much
remember
fun.
that was fun.
I fucking killed it in that class because I was like, here we go. I don't care who I get. I would hope I got one of you guys, but I got this other guy.
Alan
Chris.
Flitter.
Dude,
I was like
Shout out to
saying his
Alan Flitter
name.
once again. If you're listening to this, if this catches your ear, Alan Flitter, if the algorithm tells you to listen to Comics and Comics, Algae Rhythm. You guys saw Space Jam 2, right?
No.
No.
Watch Space Jam 2.
That's
so
Don
we can talk
Cheadle's
about
villain.
it.
Right?
Yeah, Algae Rhythm.
That's so
Yeah.
stupid.
So stupid.
Oh, there's plenty of stupid things about the movie. Don Cheadle's actually a pretty good villain in the movie. Like,
What?
it sucks, but Don Cheadle is awesome. He could do no wrong.
Don Cheadle is Captain Planet.
Yeah, exactly. Jake is gathering his official documents.
Yeah.
Once again, Cody is a comedian.
I don't have proof. It's like Obama's birth certificate. It doesn't exist.
Cody, weren't you born in Hawaii?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, this is deep.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
That's
That's awesome.
Walaka.
Walaka. What does Walaka mean?
It's Walter. Literally my father's name in Hawaiian.
Really? Just Walter? There's no like.
So Cody Walter Cannon. That's like your Michael Caine spy name.
Walter?
Cody Walter Cannon.
Walter Cannon.
No, Walter is my
CWC.
dad's name. So, yeah.
So wait, how do you know it means Walter? Like, is there like it actually translates? Ancient Polynesian actually translates to Walter?
I mean, I'm sure it's the kind of thing where like they were like, oh, we don't have the sound / alphabet. Because
Yeah.
that Hawaiian alphabet's only like 13 letters or whatever.
Yeah.
So they just probably were like Walter Walaka. You know what I mean?
They just threw shit together and they're like, this is a word.
Probably. I don't know. I'm not a fucking linguist, bro. Or like, I don't understand.
I'm just asking. I was just curious if there's like an actual, lineage of Walaka.
I mean, that's where. So basically, like my grandmother, when she remarried, because my dad's dad was like an alcoholic and abusive, and they basically fled, and she married a Hawaiian man named Ralph Alapai. And yeah, so I'm assuming he was had a hand in all of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because KO is my brother's middle name.
Whoa, actually, no, dude. This is what it means. No, I'm serious. This is actually pretty cool. The meaning of the name Walaka translates in Hawaiian to ruler of the army.
Nice. I like that.
Cody, ruler of the Army Cannon.
What's KO translate to? KEO.
It also means ward or one who is responsible for someone or something, such as a caretaker.
Nice.
Oh,
Your name destined you to be
shit.
a dad.
Pretty much.
What's KO mean in Hawaiian?
I'm about to look it up.
What does Anthony mean in Hawaii?
Because KO, I was told that it's the translation for Joseph.
Like Joe?
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah. That's my
Hawaii-
grandfather's name.
Hawaiian form
Nice.
of Joe or Joseph.
Yeah. What about Malia? That's my sister's middle name.
All right, I'm not going down the entire family fucking tree here.
This is the last one, bro. Last one.
I don't know how to spell it, man.
MALIA, dude. Fuck, dude. Fuck.
He's literally just Googling.
It
I have
means
the official Hawaiian to English translator app.
it means calm.
Nice. Cool. Well, that's it.
Well,
This has been an episode of No, I'm just
This is Cody's origin story. Are you putting on a mask for society, Cody?
Dude, everyone puts on a mask.
So did Jim Carrey.
Dude, that was
In
a
the
good movie.
mask.
dude, so you know how Jim in the mask, he's wearing the mask
A
of
mask?
Loki.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, dude, I'd like to see the mask Loki fight
Loki.
Loki. You know?
I feel like the mask would win.
Whoa.
Because he has toon powers.
He does have toon powers. This is true.
You can't beat toon powers. I don't know what
I agree, actually. I think, especially old school Looney Tunes versus like the Avengers, Looney Tunes win.
Shit, yeah.
Dude,
they can't be killed. When you blow up a Looney Tune, they just look all fried and whatnot, but they're never dead.
No.
Yep. Even in space. Oh, I can't spoil Space Jam for you. Never mind.
I mean,
I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Bugs Bunny dies at the end of Space Jam 2.
Really? Are you serious?
And he goes, that's all, folks.
Oh, wait, does he come back though?
Yeah, like 2 minutes later, and they don't really explain how or why.
Well, he's a cartoon. That's why. He's like, ha.
LeBron James, that was a good time, but I'm back.
I just watched honest trailers on that new Space Jam. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was great.
It makes it look like such dog shit. Yeah, it's so funny. It made me not want to see it.
It was dog shit, but it's funny to watch.
I don't know.
You guys need to learn how to watch movies that are bad.
I just don't like bad things.
But
no, never liked a bad.
They're entertaining because they're so bad.
Yeah.
That's why, I'm not like, I don't actually enjoy it necessarily, but it's funny in the sense that it's like, oh my God. Like what? Like the original Space Jam was kind of corny, even if I liked it as a kid.
I liked it as a kid, so I can't say, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still going
we're
off
not
my
the audience
kid
for
memory.
Space Jam 2.
Yeah, but I feel like even the audience would be like, boo, this is buns.
The audience is like kids on acid. I don't know. Like Pennywise is in the background. It's weird.
Oh, well, that's what Honest Trailers was saying, that it seemed like a giant commercial.
Yeah.
For everything, everything Warner Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how like Into the Spider-Verse was like really cool because it combined like different Spider-Men and it was like multiverse shit.
Yeah.
I feel like the producers at HBO were like, and like Ready Player One was then like, oh, let's put everything from every WB verse. Yeah. Yeah. Video game, everything. And I feel like these producers just think like, oh, if we just throw every character on screen, that's good.
They're going to love it.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, okay.
Nostalgia sells.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense why like the dudes from A Clockwork Orange would be watching.
What? Are they in Space Jam?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fucked up.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Oh.
That movie literally has rape in it.
Yeah, exactly. And they wouldn't put Pepe Le Pew in for like similar reasons, but yet they have the Clockwork Orange dudes in the background. It makes no sense.
That's hilarious.
And literally Pennywise, who eats children.
I can't believe Pepe Le Pew got canceled to the point where he's not allowed in. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, just make him ask for consent. It's not that hard to, what I mean?
Or do like character development and like update Pepe Le Pew for today. Don't just be like, you know what? We can only have him be this dude, so we're not going to use him ever again.
If I were the French, I'd be up in arms.
Well, our stance on the French. So.
We'll need to get the French on the podcast. We'll get
Please welcome the French to Comics and Chronic. Dude, we should. Oh, that'd be so funny. We should do an episode. Just
interviewing the French.
The French. Do you know any French
Americans?
people?
Do I know any what?
French people?
Ew, no.
I'm Italian, bro. We do not fuck around with the French.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know. Even you Italians, you guys are slick bastards.
Hey,
greasy, oil-laden bastards.
Wow.
Whoa.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
Right.
I've seen it
with your eyes, but if I poke your eyes out,
see, exactly.
Hey, you can't see much.
Italians.
Well, you know what's worse than Italians?
What's that?
This episode.
This episode. Whatever we would have been talking about.
I thought you were going to say the Jews.
You provided that answer, not me.
Anthony's tiptoeing around getting canceled. That's what I'm saying. Is like we can't do these amazing, funny things anymore.
These amazing, funny things.
Things that are funny and have no real malice, but have the words behind them that are potent.
Yeah.
I always like George Carlin for
Yeah,
those reasons.
exactly.
Like, you know, like if you say something really fucked up and people are like, that's fucked up, and you're like, fuck you, like, then you're just being an asshole.
I saw something today. It kind of just like, it felt like it accurately expressed my views on cancel culture. And it's just that it's good when it's like actually worth doing. So it's like it's good for accountability, but also like it can't be taken too far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
100% been taken too far.
And so like that, like when it goes too far, I'm just like, ugh, like I roll my eyes.
Right. And I feel like some people are just purposely trying to end other people's careers. Just 'cause they're like, "Wow."
For sure. And like that's like half these anonymous people on the internet. You know, like you've been in any comment section or have been in an Xbox Live chat room where people do and say the worst shit. Like, yeah, these people on the internet who are like, yeah, we're going to cancel these people. They're just doing it because they're vindictive, spiteful people.
Yeah, because I really don't know like what constitutes like, you know, like remember we did the sketch, the gayest thing. Like I was never sure if that was being offensive or not.
Now?
I don't know. Like I feel like it's still a good sketch. Like I just don't know if it's offensive now or then.
No, I don't think it is, because in the sketch we say that it's cool if you're gay. Just come out and say it. And Kunara's like, no, I'm not.
Right. What I'm saying is I can't personally judge ever. I don't know. Like, you know, like I don't know if I was gay, I would be like, oh, well, you know, these guys shouldn't be saying this.
Welcome to Biden's America.
But like, there's a clear difference between that and saying something like Matt, you know, like Matt Damon thinks is okay to say, I guess. Like, but you know what I'm saying is, you know, I'm not like, he's not like turning around like, no, I really mean it. I hate all gay people and they fucking should burn it. You know, it's like,
yeah, right.
There's a huge difference. Like, I don't know, like if that's not what young people going to comedy clubs like, then you don't say shit like that. And if people say it's wrong, it's wrong, you know, like.
Well, I mean, honestly, like there has to be like a middle ground, because like, dude, I'm not going to lie. Some of that shit that I fully acknowledge that is offensive and inconsiderate, it makes me laugh. Maybe it's because I'm a dickhead, you know? But like, I'm also not like, yeah, I'm not like point. Walking out of that show and be like, you know what? I'm so glad that guy made that racist joke. Like, I don't like feed like that. It's just like a funny, witty, dickish joke. And I think you should be able to do that without people being like, whoa, dude, we're going to end your life.
Yeah. I feel like you can still make racist jokes, but they have to be incredible, like really funny.
They almost have to be really clever and also make fun of the stupidity of racism while doing it.
Oh, for sure. Kyle Kinane has a really good one where he talks about how everybody has a little racism in them, like even if they don't mean to.
Yeah.
Because he was like talking about how he was walking through a park and he was like, oh, you're playing Frisbee?
That's really good. I like that.
Like when I was younger, like I really thought and it seemed like that was the vibe of stand-up at the time. Like be offensive as possible, because that like gasps, like you're almost like going for like, oh,
I agree,
instead of laughs. And that kind of twisted my mentality about what stand-up is, you know? Because it's easy that's like, you know, to be like, oh, well, this is the wrong thing to say, but it's not.
You got to think, when we came up in comedy, like the roasts were in full swing.
Yeah.
Like being mean and awful. Like if you
I agree. It was like a staple of comedy during our time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like there are some people who still can do it, but like Anthony Jeselnik is one of my favorites.
Yeah, he has some good stuff. Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to kill this cat.
Why was it doing?
Just keep sticking its paws under the doors. And
dude, just sit on it until you take the life from it. Yeah, until you like whoopee cushion style flatten
it. Well, let's wrap it up, fellas.
Yeah. You know what I always wanted, though?
What?
A Whoopi Goldberg whoopee cushion.
Like a whoopee cushion that
looks like
on it?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I think that would be cool.
I think that would be cool.
That's funny because I've always wanted a Bill Goldberg whoopee cushion.
Ooh.
Whoa, why?
I don't know. I just heard Goldberg. So.
Who would win in a fight, Bill Goldberg or Whoopi Goldberg?
Whoopi Goldberg? Oh, shit. Oh, man. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Okay, does Whoopi Goldberg have the View to back her up? Like whoever is currently on the View.
No,
Well-
but she does have the sister act.
The nun.
The
She's got
nun.
fucking Maggie Smith at her back.
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't. So she doesn't have the View. But you know how, like, okay, like, say if it was like Triple H versus somebody, but throughout the fight, like Degeneration X would come in.
Yeah.
Can the View? Can Joy Behar like run into the ring and Star Jones run into the ring and like tackle somebody?
Dude, I want to see Joy Behar get speared by Goldberg.
I like that we're talking about Joy Behar.
This is definitely making it into the final.
Yeah. Well, if you've listened to all of this episode, we appreciate your patience. Yeah. And you're crazy. But hey, you know, hopefully you got to know a little bit about us, and which you didn't. We didn't really talk about us.
No.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. We spent more time talking about the Fantastic Four than ourselves.
Yeah. It was low-key a Fantastic Four episode.
Yeah, we just shit on it.
Yeah. Well, you guys did.
Yeah. Well, anyways, this is Comics and Chronic. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Sharing is caring.
Yeah, edge long and prosper.
Always.
Yeah, you should do those things.
Yeah, you should do those things.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.